What's going on, guys? This is JP for Ready.Set.GO, and welcome back to another sports video. Today, as many of you guys can tell from the title, I will be giving my takes on how the Patriots will fare in their division now that they have recently signed Cam Newton to a 1-year $7.5 million deal contract. But before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on weekly sports content like this and the latest technological trends that are going on in today's world. Now guys, let's talk some football. Now, the Patriots are normally a team that's able to adapt to losing major key players and still somehow be able to remain one of the top teams in the AFC every single season. They have lost key players like cornerback Malcolm Butler, who made that memorable interception against the Seahawks, and essentially replaced him with Stephon Gilmore, who is a way better player and, as you guys know, became the Defensive Player of the Year just last season. The Patriots also traded away Chandler Jones to the Cardinals, who was also a big key in their defense and basically terrorized opposing quarterbacks for the team. In fact, Chandler Jones actually finished with the second most sacks last season, trailing only Shaq Barrett by half a sack in that department. So yes, the Patriots have been basically able to replace key essential players that leave either via free agency or are traded away. But losing franchise quarterback Tom Brady is one loss that I doubt the team will be able to adapt as quickly as in the past. Tom Brady left the Patriots this offseason after some apparent problems between him and Bill Belichick started brewing dating back to 2017, which is when the Patriots went ahead and traded away Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers. This apparently demoralized Bill Belichick, who wanted Garoppolo to take over for Brady in the near future. And to add more salt to the wound, the Patriots had to trade away touchdown machine Rob Gronkowski to the Bucs this offseason, where he will be joining Brady to revive their demolition of opposing defenses just like they did in New England. And as if things couldn't get any worse for the Patriots, the team recently got stripped of a third-round draft pick in 2020 and $1.1 million for filming a game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. But it's not all bad and sour for Patriots fans, as the Patriots recently signed Cam Newton for dirt cheap with $550,000 in guarantee money in a $7.5 million contract. Backup QBs like Joshua Dobbs, Jarrett Stidham, AJ McCarron, and Mason Rudolph will all amazingly receive more guaranteed money than Cam Newton. Now, Newton is definitely a different type of quarterback physically compared to Brady. You have one quarterback who tends to beat other teams with his physical traits and his running ability, and another quarterback who is able to dissect opposing defenses and has played against all types of defensive formations known in the NFL. So yes, it'll be interesting to see how Belichick utilizes Newton's abilities and if he plans on converting Newton into a pocket passer to avoid further injuries down the road. Newton for one should be able to benefit from a stout Patriots offensive line that finished 10th overall according to Pro Football Focus, despite dealing with major injuries throughout the majority of the season. And if healthy, talented running back Sony Michel should be able to take off some of the pressure off Newton's shoulders and relieve the quarterback from some of the running duties that he took on in Carolina. If Michel was to catch the injury bug once again this year, we could be looking at Newton throwing a lot of passes to James White out of the backfield, who could turn out to be a poor man's McCaffrey for the Patriots. As for Newton's new receiving weapons with his new team, the services of Christian McCaffrey will certainly be missed back in Foxborough, who has become one of the most, if not the most valuable running back since being drafted back in 2017. And the drop-off in wide receiver talent from Carolina to New England seems to be pretty severe as well. Remember, Tom Brady struggled to find a rhythm with this group last season due to the fact that other than Julian Edelman, this group lacked the ability and speed to get open altogether. This team's primary receiving core will be comprised of Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry, and Mohamed Sanu, with Harry coming back fully healthy after missing nearly the whole year. The Patriots also ended up missing out on acquiring a nice talent in the tight end position last year, as they were left waiting on Gronkowski's decision. Other than Ben Watson, who is suspended for the first 4 games this year, the Patriots don't have any eye-catching threats in the tight end position compared to years prior. This is going to be interesting to see, as many of us are used to seeing the Patriots heavily utilize their tight ends in their offensive game plans. I would not be surprised to see Matt LaCosse take most of the snaps at tight end this year. Now of course, I do think this offense improved with Newton in the fold compared to how things would have looked with Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer at the helm. but it's hard for me not to imagine the Patriots running a similar style of offense as to how the Ravens run theirs with Lamar Jackson, which again is scary considering Newton's past health concerns. Now, if the Patriots were to have a legit chance to win the AFC East for the 12th time in a row, it'll be because of their defense, who produced 25 interceptions last season and were led by Defensive Player of the Year Stephon Gilmore, who has played a major part into making this defense the turnover machine that it is today. Cornerback J.C. Jackson has also cemented himself alongside Gilmore to form one of the top dynamic duos at the cornerback position in the NFL. Jackson even allowed the lowest passer rating amongst all cornerbacks with a grade of 37.0, which topped his Defensive Player of the Year teammate. The defense did lose some talent in the front seven this past free agency, with Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton both darting to Detroit and Kyle Van Noy moving in with his former coach Brian Flores in Miami. Nevertheless though, Bill Belichick's defense, especially the secondary, is still as strong as ever and should produce similar numbers that dated back to last season. Now, as far as who's going to win the division this year between the Patriots and the Bills, I'm looking at a couple of factors here: schedule difficulty and the offense of both these teams. The Patriots have arguably the toughest schedule in the NFL, where in their first 10 games they'll be facing very tough opponents like the 49ers, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Bills, and the Ravens, all who are considered to be elite teams and are primed to make a deep playoff run in their respective conferences. This team could easily have a rough start that can have major implications later on who wins the AFC East. And couple that with the fact that we don't know how good this offense will look with Cam Newton at the helm, as well as not being surrounded by explosive weapons, and we could be looking at a rough start the team might not be able to overcome if the offense doesn't put it together early on. As for the Bills, the team's schedule is ranked the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL, with their most difficult opponents being the Titans, the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Rams, and the Seahawks. They do face the Steelers, the 49ers, and the Patriots once again in their last 6 games of the season, but the reason why I'm going to favor the Bills over the Patriots for the division crown is because of their offense. The Bills added a prime talent and wide receiver Stephon Diggs during the offseason in a trade with the Minnesota Vikings, after Diggs wanted a team where he could be the number 1 receiver, and with the Bills, he is most certainly going to get that. Along to support Diggs is John Brown, who had his second 1,000-yard season of his career this past season with the team, and Cole Beasley, who terrorizes opposing teams in the slot. And of course, there to lead the offense is third-year quarterback Josh Allen, who saw a drastic improvement from his rookie year to his second year in the league. And I expect that to continue with the addition of Stephon Diggs and the return of running back David Singletary back into the offense. Now, both these teams carry an insanely good defense, with the Bills having their own shutdown corner in Tre'Davious White, and the signing of Josh Norman solidifying their secondary even more. These two teams are going to be fun to watch when they battle it out twice, and I think they'll end up splitting the season series. But I think Buffalo takes the division since the Patriots will have a tougher schedule to start out, and the offense will probably have the same headaches similar to what they went through with Tom Brady last season. Yes, they'll be getting back N'Keal Harry, and he's a very talented receiver, but we have yet to see what he can do for one full season, and I expect Julian Edelman's production to drop off a bit as well, since a lot of his numbers over the years has been because of his tremendous connection with Tom Brady. The chemistry won't be there between him and Cam Newton at the start, and it might not be there till halfway through the season. If Cam Newton can somewhat return to his MVP form, then I can see the Patriots winning the division, but he's running into a hard system to learn in New England, with a downgrade in weapons as well. So my prediction is that the Bills will win the division and the Patriots come second and sneak into the playoffs as a wild card. But as you guys know, this is just my take, and I would love to hear whom you guys think will win the division this year in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, it will mean the world to us if you subscribe to our channel and smash that like button for us. This is JP for Ready.Set.GO, and see you guys next time.